People vanish without a trace in America's national parks at an alarming rate. How alarming? Think about this. Every year, over 600,000 people are reported missing in the U.S. Most cases are solved, but thousands remain unsolved. Now, compare that to America's national parks. Since the National Park Service was founded, thousands of people have disappeared into these vast wildernesses, many without a single clue left behind. And here's where it gets chilling. Unlike disappearances in cities, where there are cameras, eyewitnesses, and police, national parks are different. There are no security cameras, no streetlights, and often no one around to hear you scream. In some cases, entire search teams, hundreds of people, fail to find even a shred of evidence. So what's happening? Are these natural accidents? Animal attacks? Or is there something far more sinister lurking in the forests? Let's start with one of the most disturbing cases ever recorded. The mysterious disappearance of Dennis Martin, the boy who vanished in thin air. It was Father's Day weekend, 1969, and the Martin family was celebrating with a camping trip to Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Dennis Martin was just 6 years old. A happy, energetic kid, he was playing with his brother and some friends near their campsite at Spence Field, a remote area deep in the forest. The kids decided to play a prank on their parents. They would hide in the bushes and jump out to surprise them. They all hid. And then Dennis never came out. A search that found nothing. At first, his father wasn't worried. He called out, expecting Dennis to come running. He searched the bushes, the trails, the trees, nothing. Panic set in. Soon, park rangers, search dogs, and even the Green Berets were called in. Over the next 6 days, more than 400 people combed the area. They found zero evidence, no footprints, no clothing, not even a single strand of hair. It was like Dennis Martin had ceased to exist. Then came the strangest part. On the same day Dennis disappeared, a family 6 miles away reported seeing something deeply disturbing. They claimed they saw a strange, rough-looking man lurking in the woods, and he wasn't alone. This man appeared to be carrying something over his shoulder, something small, like a child. The witnesses didn't think much of it until they heard about the missing boy. When they reported it, the FBI got involved. And then, silence. The FBI abruptly closed the case, refusing to release details about their findings. To this day, the official story is that Dennis Martin got lost in the wilderness. But how does a child disappear without a trace in less than 5 minutes? Some believe he was taken. Others claim something unnatural is lurking in the Smoky Mountains, because Dennis Martin wasn't the first to disappear there, and he wasn't the last. And if you think that's terrifying, wait until you hear about the case of Stacey Arras, the girl who walked 50 yards from her group and was never seen again. In 1981, 14-year-old Stacey Arras was on a horseback trip through Yosemite National Park with her father and 7 others. They reached Sunrise High Sierra Camp, a stunning but remote spot surrounded by rugged cliffs and thick wilderness. After hours of riding, Stacey wanted to freshen up. She told her dad she was going to take a short walk to a nearby lake to wash up. It was just 50 yards away, not even half a football field. An older man from the group saw her walk toward the lake, and then she was gone. At first, no one panicked. Maybe she took a wrong turn, maybe she went exploring. But as minutes turned into hours, a sense of dread set in. The group searched the area where she was last seen. Nothing. By nightfall, dozens of rangers had joined in, but they didn't find a single trace of Stacey. No footprints, no clothing, no signs of a struggle. Just emptiness. And here's the truly terrifying part. Sunrise High Sierra Camp is an open area. No cliffs she could have fallen from. No rivers to be swept away in. Just a short walk to a lake where an entire person vanished. How is that possible? To this day, the disappearance of Stacey Arras is one of Yosemite's greatest mysteries. And the theories? They get darker and darker. Did a predator take her? Yosemite has bears and mountain lions, but no signs of a struggle were ever found. Was she kidnapped? But how? She was just yards from other people. Did she fall into the lake? The lake was shallow and was searched thoroughly. Nothing. But then there's the most disturbing theory of all. Some believe there's something in Yosemite, something that takes people. Because Stacey Arras wasn't the first to vanish in this park, and she wouldn't be the last. Years later, researchers tried to get more information about Stacey's case through Freedom of Information Act requests. And the response? The National Park Service refused to release the full case file. Why? Some believe it's because the truth is far more horrifying than we could ever imagine. And if you think this is terrifying, wait until you hear about the disappearance of Dior Kunz Jr., the little boy who vanished while standing just feet from his family. It was July 10, 2015, when Dior Kunz Jr., his parents, his great-grandfather, and a family friend went on a camping trip to Timber Creek Campground in the remote mountains of Idaho. It was supposed to be a peaceful getaway, but what happened next would haunt investigators for years. According to his parents, Dior was playing near the campsite while they chatted with his great-grandfather, who was sitting just a few feet away. They turned their attention away for just a moment, and then he was gone. At first, they thought he had just wandered off. They frantically searched the area, calling his name. Nothing. They called 911, and within hours, search and rescue teams flooded the area. Helicopters scanned from above. Search dogs combed the trails. Divers searched the nearby creek. And after days of searching, no footprints, no clothes, no scent trail, nothing. It was like Dior had never even been there. Here's where the story gets even more disturbing. The official theories are all terrifying in their own way. One, did a wild animal take him? Timber Creek is surrounded by wilderness. A mountain lion or bear could have taken a child. But there were no drag marks, no torn clothing, no blood. Two, did he fall into the creek? The creek was searched thoroughly, even dammed to lower the water. Not a single piece of evidence was found. Three, was he kidnapped? This is the most haunting theory. The road leading to the campsite was rugged, remote, and far from civilization. Who would have been there at the exact moment Dior disappeared? 4, did someone at the campsite know more than they admitted? Over the years, inconsistencies in the parents' survived stories raised suspicions. Were they hiding something, or were they just grieving parents caught in a nightmare? Despite thousands of man-hours, countless investigations, and years of searching, Dior Kunz Jr. has never been found. And the strangest part? The case remains open because investigators still don't know what happened. Dior Kunz Jr. isn't the only child to disappear like this. His case is eerily similar to hundreds of other mysterious vanishings in America's national parks. Cases where no evidence is left behind. Search dogs lose the scent instantly. It's like the person was plucked from existence. Some believe these cases are all connected. And if they are, what is taking them? And more importantly, who's next? We hope you enjoyed these stories. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. There's plenty more to come, and you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.